The images in The Secret Keepers explore the ambiguity and peril of intimate partner abuse through a series of long exposure photographs. I created these images through 7 distinct stages of editing, printing, reworking, and reprinting, mirroring the average of 7 attempts it takes to permanently leave an abusive partner. This was an intentionally arduous process, which grew out of the desire to reflect the difficulty and danger of these relationships and the way they permanently impact those that experience them. People are surprised when they hear that it takes an average of 7 times to permanently leave an abusive relationship. It's a harrowing number, and it's true. Each image begins as a digital long exposure, which captures what the eye cannot see, revealing the complexities that are the very hallmark of psychological abuse, the lying, manipulation, and gaslighting that makes you doubt your own mind. I worked with models and couples who were aware of the subject matter I was working with. I took over 2,000 long exposure photographs over the course of 10 photo shoots. In the second stage, I worked on selecting and editing the images and how I wanted the final prints to look. I wanted a hands-on element, as touch, both loving and not, is so much a part of intimacy. The images in my mind had an ageless darkness to them, elements of decay and obscurity that spoke of secrets and silence. I finally landed on the idea of converting the digital files to tintypes, which added the elements I was missing. I spoke to my colleague and friend Horst Herget, and he guided me in altering the files to accommodate the digital to wet plate process, adjusting contrast and tone to produce the best plates. He then made the tintypes that became stage 4 in my process. The wet collodion process has existed for 175 years, which speaks to the fact that abuse has been with us throughout history. The hand-poured chemistry adds additional artifacts that were out of my control, mirroring the use of control in these relationships. I then took the tintype plates and scanned them, returning the images to a digital file. It was really impactful to see the parts of the images that were lost or obscured by the process, and the way that the chemistry and the overall darkness of the plates added to the gravitas of the images. I also realized that the process of handing the images over to someone else and then getting them back permanently altered in ways beyond my control was a powerful metaphor for the experience of being in an abusive relationship. I worked on editing these files once again, trying to restore lost detail where I could, preparing the files for the next stage, and examining the losses and changes they had emerged with. Once I had completed editing the files in stage 5, they were inverted to create digital negatives. In the 7th and last stage, I printed the final set of images as selenium-toned silver gelatin prints with Bob Carney. The 7 stages manipulated and altered each image, permanently obliterating some details and obscuring others. Like finding a charred but still identifiable object in the wreckage of a burned house, the final images bear the impact of their journey through each process and revision. The original form is altered, but the image remains, a testament to those experiencing or having survived intimate partner abuse, and a tribute to those we have lost. The repeated reworking and reprinting of each image intentionally reflects the cycle of abuse, which repeats until, and often even after, the relationship ends. I was not able to keep these images in the pristine state they were in before their journey through the 7 stages. Everything from chemicals to dust to the hands of others impacted them along the way. But I did produce a series of archival permanent prints, tangible and safe, at least for now, from further manipulation. It is my hope that this project leads to the conversations that we desperately need to have while we learn to further identify and provide support for those experiencing intimate partner abuse and all forms of family violence. There are resources on my website for those that need help or who know someone who does.